Shalom, my name is Bakoria, and I am a bassist, guitarist, and musician, and head engineer here at Godel Studios, located in Dimona, Israel. At 10 years old, my mother bought my first electric toy guitar. It's a small amp. Because I used to watch the Midnight Special and Don Kirshner's rock concert all the time. So I decided and said to my mama, Mama, I want to be a musician, just like Sly Stone and Larry Graham playing music on stage. And years later, that's just what happened. I taught myself bass, I taught myself guitar, I taught myself piano, and eventually taught myself production and studio engineering. 22 years ago, I bought a Roland VS880 digital track recorder and a Roland XP60 16-track sequencer and one Shure SM58 microphone. Through magazines and articles, I started to teach myself engineering skills. Mind you now, I didn't go to Yale. I didn't go to Berkeley. I learned all this on my own. Well, actually, 5 years before that, it was those double-deck cassette recorders. You know, the ones you had to use multiple cassettes just to add tracks. You may laugh, but I used what I had. Then I was blessed to upgrade to that. You remember those Tascam 4-track recorders back in the 80s? The 4-track recorders which incorporated cassette tapes. Then I started learning how to create groove tracks on my own. Later, I hooked up with Rom, also known as Tavon Brooks. Ron was a young son, a young man, gifted musician, who was also in Israel studying at the Music Academy of the School of Arts in Arad, Israel. So we decided to combine our gear and name it Godel Studios. Why Godel Studios? Because Godel made an impact. He made a very deep and heavy impact on our lives. We named it Godel Studios because Godel was an authentic and extraordinary talented artist, brother, teacher, and was loved and respected by all members of the community, as well as the national and international musicians all over Israel and Europe. Godel Studios started off with a small staff, such as Ram. Then my dear sister Zihora, who not only was the talented singer and songwriter, Zihora was an accomplished musician. She played piano, she played cello, she also played percussion and hand percussion as well. She was the acting head of the Ministry of Divine Performing Arts. And Zihora had awesome secretarial and administrative skills to run the Ministry of Divine Performing Arts. Then, of course, the awesome vocalist, songwriter, producer, musician, pianist, mother, the awesome Yaira. Later, of course, the mighty, mighty Eternal herself, Adaya. Adaya was a well-respected artist, writer, vocalist, and she had a lot of ideas. And then also, my brother, a talented drummer, also studio engineer, bass player, musician, Danielle from Bermuda. And at last but not least, the famous and talented songwriter, vocalist, guitarist, and also music producer and promoter, the mighty Prince Amiel. Well, Godel Studios started in my bedroom, then eventually moved to a bomb shelter, and then to my kitchen pantry, where we had to actually produce our first successful CD, Eternal, by the awesome songwriter and vocalist, may her soul rest in peace, Adaya. Now, I say successful because from that CD, not only we expanded Godel Studios' studio gear and studio environment, but was the top selling marketed CD by Songs of Deliverance. And in my humble opinion, the best production ever. Reason being, not only we were challenged with the lack of professional equipment and studio environment, but it was recorded in my kitchen pantry, where we had to compete with all the noises, like my loud children running all around the house, the blender, the pressure cooker, and a lot more challenges just to finish this CD and other projects. Even professional engineers who heard the CD, when I told them of what we use, they were like, no way, man. Also from that CD, we did our tour of Eternal. Eternal had a tour from 2004 through 2005 to London, Amsterdam, Washington, D.C., Chicago, and Atlanta. Since then, Godel Studios has continued to produce project after project. Projects such as Blossom in the Desert by Zero, Edenic Awakening by Ator Navia, Choose Life by the awesome New Jerusalem Fire Choir, Time of My Life by the awesome Shadiah, Eternal Soul by my dear brother Ruvain, Finish Line in the rap world by my brother Neve Rakia, and a whole lot more that we have created in Godel Studios after that. It's been a 22-year learning experience of trial and error, failure, and success stories, to say the least. We were blessed to also upgrade to 2 rolling VS-2480s. Then later on, to Macintosh computer, and we use the software ProLogic 9 software. So here at Godel Studios, we also teach engineering courses, piano courses, and guitar courses to adults and youth who want to learn and expand their skills and knowledge of the music world. Now here's Eliakie, an understudy of mine, and his story.
Hi, my name is Aaron Milner, and today I will be telling you a little bit of why I want to become the studio project manager at Godel Studio. When asked about my reason for wanting to work as project manager, I say it's because of the support and help I received from the staff members when I was a young music enthusiast. And also, I love the free and creative atmosphere and positive ideas the studio embodies. In the year 2011, myself and my 3 younger siblings moved from Washington, D.C. to Dimona, Israel to live with our aunt after the passing of our mother. Being the new kid in the city, without many friends, I needed some activities to do to occupy myself during my free time. And as long as I can remember, music had always been a fun hobby and a tool for therapy to take my mind off of things during hard times. I feel like I am someone who is open to critique and instruction. I love to learn new things. I believe myself to be a very creative person and a valuable asset throughout the brainstorming and creative processes. I believe the youth and the younger generations are the future of music, and I feel like I, being a young person myself, can help them harness their creative skills and ideas and bring them to reality. People often ask me, what made me so interested in music and music production? Well, I was born into a very musical household. My father is a singer, pianist, and music engineer. And when I was younger, my mother would have myself and my 2 younger brothers rehearse songs and perform. We got to perform in many different events and venues all over the DMV area. Not only have I performed a lot, but over the years, I've learned and listened to many different styles and genres of music. From indie rock, to funk, to opera, to trap music. I like to think that because of this, I have a broader database than most musicians, and therefore able to help during different types of situations. I feel like I'm the best qualified candidate for this position. I graduated from high school in Israel with a full Tildat group. After graduation, I enrolled in Full Sail Academy online, where I took courses in music theory, audio mixing, and plenty more related skill sets. I believe that I can teach younger, new artists and help them harness their skills, strengthen their flaws and weaknesses, while also maintaining an environment suitable for the creation and imagination. As studio manager, I believe I can contribute to the studio's economic and creative agendas. I believe that I can use my experience and connections to bring more business to the studio, making it a landmark for musicians internationally, young and old. Thank you.
Now there are more young minds like Eliakie who are inspired, and Godel Studios' goal is to pass this skill and knowledge and information on, and to keep putting out more and more music and also video production as much as possible. So in conclusion, if you need any service, anything that has something to do with audio visual, well, Godel Studios is the place for you. So we're located in the village of Peach, Dimona, Israel. Contact information is provided in the link. Thank you, and Toda Rabah.